Hey everybody, it's Cynthia Porter with Visit Winona. Todd Hansen is running the camera, and we are Facebook Live from the best place in Minnesota to be right now. We're at Steamboat Days. It's the 76th annual Steamboat Days, and we're going to give you a quick look around. There's a lot going on. It's a little bit cooler night, so you'll see people wearing a little bit of sweatshirts and stuff, but that makes it really a pleasant night to be out here doing this carnival. And we're going to go try to catch a little bit of a show. And also we heard that one of Winona's favorite bands is firing up on the Levy Park stage, and that's the Johnny Holmes Band. So it's going to be really noisy in there. I'm going to try to keep this close so that you can hear everything I say. All right, let's go have a look around. So Steamboat Days, you know, obviously is intended to celebrate our past as a steamboat stopping place on the Mississippi River. In fact, at the turn of the century, there were 1,000 steamboats a year that were stopping in Winona. 1,000. And these are those giant paddle wheelers and whatnot that were pulling up at our Levy Park. Same Levy Park that we're going to go walk down to right now. Oh, yeah. I don't know if you remember last year. We did the carnival for Facebook Live. It was pretty funny. So it wasn't live because Todd had to piece it all together, but it was a little bit of madness. Right now we're in the kiddie carnival, and if you got the kiddos with you, this looks like loads and loads of fun. But the real fun, I think, is just starting right over here. There's like an acrobat that's going to do something, and what else, Todd? Todd caught a couple minutes of this earlier.
Yeah, no, they got the acrobats, but they got the cyclist in the ball, which is very cool.
Oh, okay.
Like cycling upside down inside of a like hamster ball. So.
Okay, I'm not going to talk. We're just going to look for a second. Okay, here we go. I can't hula hoop at all.
Here you have the lovely Miss Lexi.
Okay, just for the record, I literally learned how to hula hoop for the first time from my niece, like last year. Thanks for turning around, Todd. I'm just telling everyone that I don't know how to hula hoop.
Do you want to see some more? Yeah. Well, we have a very special guest for all the boys and girls out in the audience. Here he comes. All the way from New York City, it's Spidey!
What's he gonna do? Oh. There's no net underneath them, you guys. Just, I don't know if you can see it, but literally no net underneath him. Okay.
There you have Spidey! Thank you, Spidey. boys and girls, if you enjoy what you see here, let your friends and neighbors know. We will be having performances throughout the Steamboat days. So if you enjoy it, tell them to come on down. The entertainment you see here is all free, courtesy of our sponsor, Winona Nursery. So how about a nice round of applause for our sponsor? All right, let's keep the show going. Next off, we have a performer. Yeah, ooh, no, look. Okay, so let me explain something to you. We had a snack before our show, and it was my turn to do the dishes, which I did. But Chef Pepito forgot to dry the dishes, and they're my favorite ones, so he's in trouble. Give me just a second. Chef Pepito, can you come out here, please?
Okay, Todd. Todd.
Hi there, how are you?
All right, I think we're going to have to keep moving. I'm going to tell you a couple things about this, though, before we go. First of all, show them that ball, Todd, because somebody gets on a bike and, like, rides like crazy around the inside of that ball. Also, way up where those flags are, there's an aerial acrobat performer who is going to climb up there and blow your mind. So you can catch this show. Let's look at the sign on our way past it.
Chef Pepito always forgets to do the dishes too.
Chef Pepito. So is he going to juggle the dishes or something, Todd? What's he gonna
Actually, I missed this part of the show last time, so I don't know what he does.
Okay, so 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. every night through Steamboat Days. You have until Sunday to catch us. Just so you find it, we are in the Kiddie Carnival part of the venue. So, okay, let's go see what else. By the way, just funny story. I used to work right there in that office window when they started setting up Steamboat Days down here, 15 or 20 years ago or something like that. And there's no way. I was a newspaper reporter there for the Winona Post, and there's no way to work. Like, we didn't have remote working at that time, but Lord, if we had, that would have been perfect, because there's honestly no way to work with that going on outside your window all day. You go completely insane, like just carnival music all day long, every single day for 5 days. So, anyway, food. Let's talk about the food, Todd. Todd, you've been down here a little bit today.
Yeah.
Did you eat food?
Yes, I did.
What did you eat?
I got the cheese curds. I mean, that's kind of, you got to do that. That's here every year, and then you can do the big bucket with the garlic, the ranch, Cajun, and regular, or you just get one flavor. I just want one flavor so I could then also diversify my platter, and I also got Los Dos Amigos, our Mexican grocery store. They had a elotes loco, which was like a crazy, like elotes on a corn cob, but then it was like smothered in like flaming hot Cheetos, and then like two other things I didn't even know what it was, but it was great.
So, by the way, we're about to walk by. If anyone remembers, this for a long time was called Betty Joe's right here. It is no longer Betty Joe's. It's actually now a restaurant called Sliced. It is not a chain restaurant. It is locally conceived and owned restaurant. In fact, Jeremy Miller is one of the owners of this restaurant, and I'm not sure who else. And they serve in there.
The old Zaza's owner is the owner of this.
Oh, I don't know who that is, but I know I read in one of the newspapers that Jeremy Miller was also involved with it. They're doing a great job.
Yeah, and they got the Zaza's, old Zaza's wing sauces.
Oh, do they?
Because I was just at the wings night last night, and it was really good.
At Zaza's?
At Sliced.
Oh, at Sliced.
But now Zaza's as a new owner, so it's kind of weird, like they have the Zaza sauces there at Sliced, the old Zaza. So it's confusing.
Yeah,
but
I'm confused.
Yeah.
Well, I've never had Zaza's wing sauce. So, okay, let's see. We'll just kind of sneak right through here and see what's going on. This is the Midway. They do a great job. Last year, Todd, you remember, so for Facebook Live, we actually took the camera live on a ride, the worst, most terrifying ride in the whole place. We're not going to do that this year. I'm still traumatized.
Yeah.
I'm still traumatized by it. Although I think that ride looks fairly terrifying.
Yeah,
as
no,
well.
I would rather ride the ride we did last year than the zipper. I can't do the zipper.
Yeah, I thought I was going to
Unless you want me to spew.
Nope, I sure don't. Do you throw up on rides?
Never on a ride, just once in a trash can next to a ride.
That's awful.
Yeah, and that was the zipper. Zipper did that.
Yeah. Okay, after this, let's go in the zipper.
Yeah.
I said, you didn't hear me, Todd, but I said, after this, let's go in the zipper.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
so
why not?
I don't know what's going on here, but
yeah, I don't.
They're still putting it together, it looks like. Actually, you know what? This ride terrifies me right here. I can't do it. Even though it looks perfectly safe and it just looks like a big swing, I don't know. There's something about, facing the ground from like 45 feet up. I don't like it. Okay, so the games, and more games. I love this carnival, not so much at night. You can come during the day when they have wristband days. At night, this is like the stomping ground of all the young people I've never seen before in my life. Am I right about that, Todd? Let's see which way we're going here. Okay, we're gonna sneak through this way. Okay. Also, I think this ride could potentially make me sick. Actually, I watched it earlier, and it spins. I don't know. And so over here also is Food Row.
Oh, it's Visit Winona. Yeah, check it out. We're on YouTube, Facebook.
Yeah, you're live on Facebook right now.
Yeah, this is a Facebook. Yeah, please do. Tell all your friends.
Okay. Oh boy, here we go. Like I said about the teenage kids that I've never seen before in my life, probably will never see them again. They're all right here, right now, tonight on the Midway. So,
yeah, the kids love Visit Winona.
Do they?
You heard it from? Yeah, you just heard it from them.
I couldn't hear them. Yeah. All the screaming behind me was too loud.
Well, they said they were going to follow us now.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I guess they weren't previous followers, but.
Okay, so, guys, we've done a couple Facebook Lives from down in this stretch, but just in case you don't know where we are, this just used to be a street way up there for all you old timers. Used to be where the Wilkie Steamboat Museum sat, and this was just this was nothing special really. It was just a street that went up to the edge of the steps. So now the city has completely revamped this, turned it into a gathering space. This is all permanent installations of these pergolas and the picnic tables and the planters. Not the mini donuts, though. That is not a permanent installation. That's just here for Steamboat Days. But they will have the farmers markets along here in this stretch. Also, there will be food trucks here, and of course, when we have somebody standing right next to Todd shouting at their friends. Okay. So anyway, this has become one of the coolest spaces in Winona. It's coolest outdoor space. The second coolest space right now anyway is right up there. You can see it maybe in the distance. It's just starting to get a little bit dark. So we're gonna. Oh, look at this guy!
Tyler Larkin.
Oh yeah. So this can only be one thing. It is the beverage garden. So if you remember in past years, well, a million years ago, this was all down at Levy Park. Apparently, I think that was even potentially before my time. I don't remember that. But then they moved it down here, but then the beer tent, beverage garden, moved around. It was over there inside the park at one point, and then it was in the parking lot across the street from where I work. Which I would take that over the Kitty Carnival, to be honest, because the sound of people drinking quietly during the day was not very disruptive. but at night, wow, that space was just too small because look at the crowd that's up there right now. There are going to be, and it's early, this band just started. Tonight it's the Johnny Holm Band. I remember, oh my gosh, I think probably my first Steamboat days, they probably played then and are still playing now, and they are a favorite. These bands are going to go through Sunday night. I don't know who the band is Sunday night. All right, so we're not going to walk in there because you'd never hear another word I said, but let's talk for just a second about the other stuff that's happening for Steamboat Days over the next few days. There is a car show, which is enormously popular. Just the coolest classic cars. People pull them in from all over the place. I think it is the Remlinger Muscle Museum people who help organize that. Todd, am I right about that? I think that's what I understand about that.
About which museum?
The Remlinger Car Museum people. I think that they help facilitate that car show that happens down.
Oh yeah. I believe so.
They shut down the street, and there's just dozens and dozens and dozens of really sweet vehicles. I believe that's on Saturday. On Sunday, there is the coolest parade, literally the coolest parade probably in any non-metro community anywhere in Minnesota. This is, it's a parade that goes for, I don't know, two or 2.5 hours probably. No politicians, sorry politicians, don't send me letters, but I'm just saying it's one of the reasons that the parade is really loved by everyone is that there's no glad handing. I mean, there are like banks have floats and things like that, but they just give out cool stuff. Like I'm still using chip clips that somebody gave out a couple years ago, or like bottle openers, candy, loads and loads and loads of candy. There's clowns, there's bands come from all over the place.
No shortage of Tutti Fruttis.
What are those?
Those are those like fruit flavored Tootsie Rolls.
Oh, I love them, yeah. And we were talking about the t-shirt cannon, which last time I saw it was shooting, I think they were ping pong balls or super balls, bouncy balls. Just, hundreds of them bouncing 25 feet in the air all the way down the street. It's pretty funny. So anyway, that's on Sunday at 12:01. I don't know why 12:01. I wish that I was standing with somebody from Steamboat Days and I could ask them that question. I'm sure there's some kind of tradition about that. And then, of course, Sunday night, the whole thing caps off with fireworks. And the fireworks are really a very high-class event. They are the best that I've seen outside of Minneapolis, St. Paul area. They're so good. It's really such a wonderful show. And that's it. Todd, what did I miss on the schedule?
I think you got most of it. I don't know if you missed anything. I guess stuff that already happened. There was a fishing event and that kid's like pedal car thing, but I think that happened. So I think you hit about everything.
Yeah, there's some other things happening during the day. I don't have, so you can see my button. You want this button. So to get into the beverage garden, you need a button and $5. And you can see bands like, from, I think that over the weekend especially, I think that the bands start early, like 4 in the afternoon or something. They have kind of coffee house performers and things like that are in there performing, starting early. You can come and go, hang out. And the weather's supposed to be beautiful. It's going to be a little bit hot, you guys. So hydrate. And if you want to see the parade, you need to get yourself probably down there fairly early if you want to watch it right on Broadway Street. I drove past yesterday down Broadway Street, and I saw people were already marking off spaces for their families. And there's already like furniture out in those spaces and stuff. So I don't know. I think that's hotly debated every year on you're from Winona or some different some different Facebook groups.
I went by Sinclair Park. If you were thinking about going there, don't bother. That's roped off.
So the reason is that's where the judges' stands are. And so every band, everyone that's competing for some of the prizes, they give out really sweet prizes to the best floats, the best performers. And that's where the judges' stands are. So they pull out all the stops, and everybody does their best show right there in front of Sinclair Park. And so, but if you go early enough before that on the parade route, they're still doing good stuff. It'll still be fine. But otherwise, if you go far enough past that, they're going to do it again. But just like, I don't know, right there is where the real sweet spot is. And probably 100 feet that way and 100 feet that way is probably not their best show. So I'm just being honest with you, okay? Oh gosh, every week we go somewhere for Facebook Live and we give you a live look around. This is, of course, Steamboat Days. It's a favorite, I think, of everyone, especially me, including me. I'm sure Todd. Todd and I are going to go on the zipper as soon as we're done filming this. And next week we're going to go somewhere else. I don't know where. If you have ideas where we should go, just let us know. Send us a note, send us a comment. And thank you all for coming along on this walk through Steamboat Days on Thursday night. You've got Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 3 more days to get here and get down at the coolest event happening this summer anywhere west of the Mississippi. I don't know. That might be a big statement. I might be overreaching, Todd. But it feels like it, okay? So thanks, everybody. We'll see you next week. Bye.